Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're back at it again with another redraw from my previous sketchbook tour from last week. I'll go ahead and throw that up for you guys to see what piece I'm talking about. I wanted to continue this week doing another one of these. I was gonna go ahead and color in the picture from yesterday, but I didn't have the energy to put into a piece with like super dynamic lighting or whatever, so I was like, we're doing another little doodle. That's what we're gonna do this week, or I mean today. The thing about that though is that I got a little bit lazy with it, and I was like, I don't really feel like drawing today, and I kind of just want to get this over with so I can post that video. So I kind of fudged it on the hands, and then after I fudged it on the hands, I kind of fudged it on the lining, and then after I kind of fudged it on the lining, I had to go in with markers. And honestly, it's not that I don't like this, it's just more I feel like I sort of kind of messed it up a lot, just because the ink wasn't dry, and even if the ink was dry, I know that this high-tex like to smudge, and I don't know why I keep trying to use green as a line art color when I am coloring people, because if their skin is not going to be green, it's going to end up green because it always smudges a lot. And it's like, if you're not trying to make the skin color green or blue or something that goes with green, stop making the line art green self. I just can't help it. I'm just like, but it'll be so cohesive, it'll look so nice, and it never does. I mean, not that the green lines don't look nice, they do, but it's just like, I don't know if it's worth it in comparison to like all of the smudging and stuff. I kind of wished I went with brown lines, but then I was like, oh, but it'll be green and brown, and green and brown is a good color combination, but I'm just so stubborn all the time. I'm just like, maybe this time the green line is gonna work, and it never does. And I'm sure if I use like a fine liner instead of a gel pen, the green would work great, but I don't have fine liners anymore. I actually got rid of all of my fine liners. I donated them a while ago because I was never using them, and so I was like, I feel really bad. Actually, you know what, I do have a set of fine liners. I just don't know where I have them. I think they have them in a drawer somewhere. I just never pull them out, and so I didn't want to donate those just because they're like in like this fancy metal tin, and I'm like, I don't think I should donate those. I mean, they're not expensive or anything, but I don't know, I felt like I should have some just in my back pocket to use in case I ever need them. I just never think about pulling them out. And even now, even though this green line art does smudge quite a bit, I still am not thinking about pulling them out. I don't know what it is, guys. I just feel like when I line with fine liners, when you lift up a fine liner and then go in again, like in with any water-based marker, once you lift up and then go down again, it gets darker. And I'm like, I'm so terrible at line art that I'm always picking up my pen and continuing a line that probably should just be one continuous line, and so that would really bug me, and so I just never do it. But I have to get better about that. There's nothing, I should just try a little bit of fine liner stuff. It's just like, I don't know, I feel like fine liners never as thin as I like. I feel like fine liners are like a minimum of like 0.5, and you guys know I like a 0.3 line. I don't know, and my fine liners are not that thin. I think my fine liners are 0.7, and so it's a little bit thicker than I like to line personally. But, you know, I just gotta get over that. Anyway, a little bit into the coloring. I knew that the lines were going to bleed a lot, so instead of coloring in all of the skin, I just put the flat layer down for the skin, and then I went into the hair, because I felt like if I went over the hair first, it would smudge the ink in the hair, and then after you kind of put alcohol ink over like gel pen inks, it tends to stay. Not always, but a lot of the time it does tend to stay and stop bleeding after that. I don't know if like the alcohol ink like locks it in place or something, but it does tend to do that. So I was like, I'll do hair first, and then I will do the face. And it worked for the hair section. I don't think it worked. It didn't work for the rest of it, because obviously I'm not gonna put green like alcohol ink over the eyes. That wouldn't make sense, right? But yeah, but I think the hair turned out nice. Initially I just went in with these greens, and then I was like, it's looking nice, but I felt like it was lacking a little bit of dimension. It was just green. So after I go in with these greens, I go ahead and grab a purple marker. And you might be like, why purple? First of all, the purple was there. Secondly, I don't know, green and purple, are they opposites? I'm not sure. They're not like, I don't think they're complementary, but they're somewhere on the color wheel where if you use them together, they look nice, I guess, if that makes sense. I don't know. I feel like purple is a good color to shade green with. Maybe that's not true. Maybe it'd be like, oh, according to color theory, yada yada yada. I don't know color theory. I'm just a little fool. I'm just a foolish little guy on the internet. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. But I've used green and purple together in the past, and I feel like it tends to look nice. So that's why I just did it again here. Also, you might notice it's a different marker than what I typically use. This is not a Copic marker. This is actually a Touch Twin marker. These are an alternative to Copics. I would not say that they are a cheap alternative to Copics. In fact, I would say they cost about the same. And maybe they cost even more now. It's been a while since I bought any, just because they're sort of kind of a pain in the ass to get a hold of. They don't, as far as I know, they don't sell them in store. And they do sell like packs of them on Amazon. I don't think they sell individual ones on Amazon, but you can prove me wrong in the comments. I'm not sure if they do. I've only ever bought them in packs. Even this purple one, it was in a pack of, I don't even know, not a pack of purples, a pack of skin tones maybe, for like shading skin, but I'm not sure. And so I have a pack of grays. I know for a fact I have a pack of grays, and I'm not sure where I've gotten other ones. I've also gotten these, I bought these individually, but I don't think I bought them individually off of Amazon. And so if you're looking for Copic alternatives, I think that they're good markers, but I don't think they're any cheaper than Copic. So it's like, if you're gonna go ahead and buy an alcohol marker that costs the same as Copics, just go ahead and buy a Copic, just because the Copics are more widely available, and also the Copics have refill inks. These Touch Twins also do have refill inks, but like I said, they're really hard to find. I had to go and like obscure websites to try and find marker ink refills for these. And I don't know, maybe they're more widely available than they were a couple of years ago. I know that happens sometimes where you're like, I don't know where to get this shit. And then all of a sudden you're like, we sell at the Walmart down the street. Obviously they don't sell these at Walmart, but they might be more widely available than they used to be. I don't know. But the ones that I have are good. They have a nice brush tip and stuff, and a pretty thick chisel. So if you want to look into some marker alternatives, that's one for you guys. Anyway, here you see me going into the skin. I really messed up that skin, you guys. It's really unfortunate. It's just that the green of the lines was bleeding so much. Also, I feel like this paper, it does feather a lot. I've talked about this before. This paper does feather a lot. And so to kind of counteract that, I was trying not to reach to the edge where the lines were. But I was doing that really more at the beginning. And then, as I'm drawing, I kind of get more lost in the sauce, and like I get like tunnel vision, and I would get into the zone. So I'm really not thinking about avoiding things like I would if I was paying super close attention. It's just I put music on in the background, and then I'm like zoom, focus on the drawing, and not really thinking about it. Especially hard, which is unfortunate. And so yeah, it does bleed a lot on her eye. And also later on, you're gonna see me do her eyebrow, because I did draw 2 eyebrows. I erased the other one because I was like, well, it's gonna be covered by the hair. And then after I did the coloring, I was like, it just looks like she only has 1 eyebrow. So I do go in and add that eyebrow back, just because I was like, what the hell? Don't worry about that, you guys. If you're looking at this and you're like, those eyebrows are off, I agree. I don't know if the eyebrow looks super correct anatomically, or like it's in the right position, but it does help me feel a little bit better about her having 2 eyebrows instead of just 1. Anyway, I just feel like this drawing is another foray for me into the whole pitfall of not planning things. You guys already know I tend not to plan things, and especially when I really just 100% wing it, where I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. I always end up not liking the results too much. I mean, obviously I feel like it looks better than the past one, just because that one is super old, but I don't think this is the best version of that other drawing that I could do. It's just I got lazy and stuff. But you know what, I think that's okay sometimes we're just gonna phone it in, right? You're not always feeling 100%, and I don't know, I don't feel bad this week. I am a little bit tired, but I don't know, I just didn't feel like drawing, and that's okay too. I mean, I try to draw every day, just personally for me, but even for me, it's a struggle sometimes, and I haven't been filming my videos on the normal schedule where I do them 2 days, and then I leave the rest of the week to draw what I want to draw. I've been doing these every single day. I've been trying to draw something and then film it and then post it for the next day, and I feel like that's sort of kind of killing my drive. Honestly, my sister was visiting me my family anyway, for the last 2 weeks. And so she brought her daughter, obviously. So my niece was around, and my niece is a little baby. And so I do like to spend time with my baby niece just because they live so far away. And even just spending time with her for like an hour or 30 minutes, that really just kind of throws off my whole thing. So I just was really tired. And so even on the weekends, I didn't want to draw at all, which is typically when I do the majority of my drawing. But they went ahead and went back home, so I should have more time on the weekends to draw, and I shouldn't be quite so tired. And so hopefully that means that I'm gonna go ahead and get things back to normal. Anyway, thank you guys for spending this time with me. I will go ahead and see you in the next video. Bye.